This is DaxTheAnimal with Chapter 5-4 and this RE4 Professional No Damage Run. And welcome to the Gauntlet. This chapter just throws 3 long, dangerous areas at you, one after the other. But look at that inventory. We've got the ammo for it. Plenty of ammo. We're going to be burning through a lot of it. But right off the bat here, just threw some stuff out of a case, and now we're going to camp in this tent. Literally just going to camp in a tent for about 2 minutes, I believe, until Mike decides to do his job. Mike is the helicopter pilot. Sometimes if you wait for a really long time, he'll do his job, and other times he'll wait for you to do the job, and then he will pretend he does it. We'll see instances of both of these. Getting impatient in this tent. This next area I handle the same every time, and it works every time. There's multiple paths through here. Most of the time when people do this, I see them trying to go to the left, and I think it's far more dangerous. I'll be heading right. But until then, we wait for Mike. He's going to take out a machine gun nest for us. You hear the guy with the crossbow shooting at me every once in a while. He knows where I am, because the enemies cheat. Mike's starting to talk. Oh, he's putting in work. Took him a while, but he's doing it. He's doing his thing. There it is. All right, we can leave our tent now. I head down here and to the right, down the staircase. Whip a grenade. Get the Magnum ready. You want to use the Magnum on that lock. You might think otherwise, but trust me, you want to use the Magnum on the lock. That thing is industrial strength. Run through here, and I turn around and throw a flashbang for whoever's chasing me. Because I don't want to deal with them. There are already guys over here to deal with. Striker makes short work of these guys with shields. Climb up the ladder. We don't have to worry about whoever's over here, because they can't hit you from across the way. He'll try every time to hit you with his weapon, but he just can't reach. And as soon as you hit this button, that's a checkpoint. Then you can go into the menu, hit retry from a checkpoint, and it despawns the enemies that were around you. Now we can do a little bit of looting, catch our breath, and then just run straight over here. Multiple ways to do every section in this chapter. I can only show you the way that worked best for me. I really do believe in this way. There's one more guy. You can hear a man with a crossbow to the right and down below. Not worried about him right now. I'm gonna wait for him to shoot a couple more times and then run. And if you sit up in this corner, you're safe from the minigun fire. Ride the zip line into his face, kick him. Shoot him a few times with this Magnum, and he's dead. There's another button right there straight ahead, but before we hit that and create another checkpoint, we gotta worry about baiting out this crossbow guy, get him to shoot a couple times, and then shoot him while he is reloading. There we go. Hop down, hit this switch, and retry from checkpoint. Any scragglers around there, they would have despawned. A little bit of loot. And with that, that is the first major area. Part 1 of the gauntlet complete. And we got a couple more to go. This one, start by going left, go up the ladder. You can actually quick turn before the camera changes. See how I quick turned off screen? Still have control of Leon during that stuff. So I was already facing this way. Up here you have that enemy with the shield. Up there and to the right around the corner there's another guy with dynamite. And I'm worried about what he's doing. Sometimes he's very random. Sometimes Mike will kill him real quick. Sometimes Mike will kill him a little later. But Mike was not doing his job. Dynamite guy was running out, so I just threw a grenade. And what I do here is I back up all the way against the wall and then aim incendiary grenades down as low as I can go. It might not look like it, but I'm all the way back against the wall and I'm aiming as low as I can. And that just sets you up perfectly for throwing incendiary grenades down the bottom of this ladder. I don't have to worry about anybody being up here. It's just those two enemies. It's the guy with the shield and the guy with the dynamite. They're both dead. Now we can focus on inventory clean out. We'll just keep walking up. A lot of shield guys, crossbow guys, and they don't stand a chance, really. Just making things very safe for our next move. We have 3 mounted machine guns in this area that we need to take out. Well, we need to take out the guys that are using them. First one's going to be on the left, getting the sniper ready. Looks like we're clear. Wait for him to stop shooting, go around the corner, get a headshot. Just run straight through here and get behind this building. Now the machine gun that's directly in front, the one that's directly in front of the building that we're at, it's not a threat. This guy, he can't reach us back here. So that's 2 machine gun nests down. Now we gotta worry about a rocket launcher guy across the way. He spawns about now, and he can have some strange behavior. Seems like he shot the rocket. He must have tried to shoot me through the wall. That's why I worry about him. It's hard to tell what that guy's gonna do. Just know, a guy over there spawns with a rocket launcher, and he knows where you are. And will try to shoot you through walls and stuff. You gotta just understand that and be careful. There we go. That's all 3 dudes on the machine guns. There's still some stragglers left. The noises they make before they drop down make me nervous, because those are also the noises they make before they attack. Just waiting with the infinite patience of a sniper. Get wrecked. Guy walks out. He had his coffee. He's walking out on his balcony. Some of that fresh morning air. Got wrecked. Now we just have to hit this other switch so we can make our way to the 3rd area of the gauntlet. Now this stuff, I've done it quite a few times. This might be a choke point for you. It takes practice. It really does take a lot of practice in trying to find what works best for you. There we go, part 2 of the gauntlet complete. More hidden treasures in this game, can you believe it? We're about to get one right now. Turn around after that cutscene, boom. It never stops hiding goodies, right up to the end. That was a cutscene where Mike killed a bunch of dudes and then he got killed. Poor Mike. Another hidden treasure right there. This game just doesn't know when to stop. Another one. Little cutscene in there of Leon choking Ada. You'll have to watch that on your own time. Lots of goodies in here. There's a regenerator, but he won't come towards us until we get rather close to him. So we have all the time in the world to grab all this stuff. We can even go in here and kick this down. Grab this rifle ammo. And then just make a beeline for this ledge. And you're safe. And this is the third area. And I think the worst of them. I kept getting put into bad situations. You're about to see some clutch gameplay. And me being frightened here and there. Start out by sniping that guy on the left and then his buddy. It's one more crossbow guy. Okay, took out the first wave of crossbow guys. We got a bunch of enemies here, so I switched to the striker to shoot anything that may have been flying through the air, like that guy's axe. This is at the part of the game where the enemies have so much health that even an explosive barrel won't necessarily kill them. Panicking with the magnum shots, missing really easy shots, unfortunately. Just because minigun guy I didn't want minigun guy to ruin this for me. Now my best option was to sit back here. Because I've hoarded so much magnum ammo, really just using the magnum, then getting a capacity upgrade. Using the magnum, getting another capacity upgrade, and so on. Haven't really had to dip into my actual magnum ammo supply. Which is great if you can get to this point in the game with this much magnum ammo. It makes this area and the final boss much simpler. I hate this. I hate how he managed to bully me back into this corner with such ease. If there had been less enemies sprouting Plagas, I could have taken him out earlier. I just didn't want to get surrounded. That's usually how it goes. You just hit him with a few magnum rounds when you're still up here. You don't have to get backed into a corner or anything. But it can happen. These guys were very sprout heavy in here. Just have to adapt. This is not even near over. The relentless part of it's not even here yet. Just you wait. See, look at that. Every time you move to a new chapter, the enemies scale up a bit. And once you get to this one, the explosive barrels won't even help you. Well, they'll help, but they won't do it all for you, which is pretty crazy, if you ask me. Kind of takes some of the fun out of using them, you know? I knew that guy had an axe, so I ran around the corner, tilting the camera, trying to keep an eye on him and bait him into throwing. Yeah, I knew one of those lockers had ammo. Just picked the wrong one at first. Here we go. Whole bunch of enemies come out. I figured it would be a good idea to run down here, and I think it is for the most part. Puts you in an alright position for you to sit back with your striker and really just wail on dudes. And if they throw something and you shoot it out of the air, but things can go south real fast. You can end up with crossbow guys down at the far end of this tunnel. And they might shoot bolts that are, staggered, such that if you shot the first one out of the air with the striker, your recovery animation would be too long for you to shoot the second one. So you might have to shoot some bolts out of the air with the pistol. And here I was getting impatient, wondering why the rest of the enemies were not coming over here. And what I should have done is not ran that far down there, because now I'm surrounded. Should have ran out, grabbed a few things, and as soon as I heard them coming, turned around and went back here. They're already trying to run up and throw axes at me. Throw a flash. Don't want anything to do with Plagas right now. See that? See him? Do you see him shooting those bolts from way down there? If I wasn't spamming pistol shots, that would have been it. That would have been a bolt to the face. This guy coming at me, getting his head blown off and still sprouting a Plagas. Another desperate flashbang. Not bad. It kills it. It also, stuns these other guys. I do believe it's a pretty good place to stand back here, but I also think it requires a little more prep. Than what I had there. A little more flow between using your flashbangs and using your other ammo. Maybe use a flashbang and then switch to the sniper rifle to snipe the guys with crossbows that are far away. Something like that. Something with a little less clutch and a little more finesse. Just to make it more easily repeatable in future playthroughs. Almost done, though. The hard part of the chapter's over. And breathe a sigh of relief. Press these buttons. You could have ran around and pressed those buttons with all the enemies in the room too, if you really wanted to. Sounds dangerous to me. Sadler saved the best for last. The Shield Brothers. Don't get hit by these guys. There's Ashley. Once again rescued her. This is pretty easy to miss over here. There's 10,000 pesetas sitting back there. That's pretty nice. Or if you saw another shiny, it's just a file. I'm not worried about those.
Welcome. Got a selection of what are you selling?
This isn't the last time we'll see the merchant, but this is the penultimate merchant.
Is that Thank you. Is that all, stranger? Thank you.
Finally sold my shotgun shells.
What are you buying? Come.
Should have sold 30 of them way earlier. Probably like 30 shotty shells and 50 handgun rounds a couple chapters ago. Probably would have been a wiser move.
Time. What are you buying? Thank you.
And look at that. Another rocket launcher. That must mean another boss is coming up.
Thank you.
We didn't have to buy that so early, but I figured I'd just get it out of the way. And there's also some easy Magnum rounds to find. Right after taking out this group of enemies. See how I switched to the striker? I'm telling you, it's the best weapon for these guys. It'll just stun them, knock them down, even from huge distances. Those dudes are huge and they're armored, but they're really not that dangerous. Striker will take care of it. At this point, I'm really only using the Magnum because there's not a lot left in the game, and I have ammo to spare. So I may as well use it. So if you head up here, let's say you're low on Magnum rounds. Well, if you head up here, there's a stack right there. That'll put you in business. That'll help out a lot with the final boss. The final boss is so close. It's right around the corner. There we go. It's the end of chapter 5-4. It's probably the hardest one in the game. If you can do that one, you can do any of them. I'll see you next time for the final chapter. I'm going to finally put this game behind us.